Welcome to Jesus God News. I'm Xanadu Santorum. The headlines: Police accused of ignoring sexual abuse. Miracle proven beyond doubt. Pat Robinson taken ill. Churchgoers in the town of Fanny-on-Sea were up in arms yesterday after it was reported that police have closed an investigation into claims that a child had sexually harassed the local vicar, Reverend David Pincher. The 12-year-old child, who cannot be named for legal reasons, had allegedly spray-painted the word pedo across the church door. Angry parishioner Barbara Blindfaith said, "It's appalling the police are letting this disgusting abuse go unpunished. The vicar did everything for that boy, took him camping, helped him with homework, he even took him on holiday to Thailand last year." The vicar came to the parish after being relocated from an all-boys school in 2010 as part of a church-wide, purely administrative relocation exercise. Last night, a spokesman for the church said, "The Home Office needs to put pressure on the police to investigate all crimes of a sexual nature. They make enough noise about morals and ethics, but when it comes down to it, they're just hypocrites." A woman from the small Yorkshire town of Bumsex is being hailed as a saint after personally experiencing miraculous divine intervention. The so-called laws of physics were suspended whilst the Lord's awesome power was displayed in its raw form before his faithful servant Ada Crabs. The partially sighted pensioner told reporters of her unforgettable experience. "I'd been out to the post office and couldn't find my keys to get back into my house. I searched everywhere but to no avail. It felt like it might get cold, so naturally I put my life into God's hands and prayed for a swift death from hypothermia when I was suddenly overwhelmed with an urge to look in my handbag. My heart stopped as my hand found the keys in the pouch where I usually keep my pension book." Scientists all over the world were left scratching their heads trying to explain the miracle, but were forced to admit that they couldn't disprove the claim, proving God is very much still in control. Prayers were being said for the speedy recovery of televangelist Pat Robinson after he froze midway through a speech and began emitting a high-pitched whistling noise. Witnesses then reported a flap opening up on the back of the 82-year-old's head, and a large woodlouse-like creature appeared to crawl out and fall on the floor. Megachurch staff ran to the Reverend Robinson's aid, throwing a sheet over him and picking up the footlong isopod before carrying both off stage. Worshipper Ethel Bucket said, "It was horrible. His Holiness was just telling us how Jesus had been a little short this month, so we all needed to empty our pockets into the bucket, when he just went quiet and stopped asking for more money. We knew then that something was terribly wrong. And then that thing popped out of the back of his head." In a heartfelt plea for donations, a spokesman for the Reverend Robinson said that the evangelist was just tired and would be fighting fit just as soon as they could get enough money to pay for his operation. Sexual deviant news now, and since their discovery in the radioactive rubble of 1940s nuclear test sites, lesbians have always been classified as a form of witch. Their ability to turn milk sour and make crops fail, along with their high dependency on herbal teas, all confirm this categorisation. The only deviation from the traditional witch was their inability to cause impotence in males that doth suffer them to live. However, researchers at the Institute of Public Policy in North Carolina have issued a reminder that the lack of impotence caused by lesbians is unnatural, and therefore bad. Lieutenant Witch Hunter William Raper said, "Impotence in men has always been firm evidence of proximity to a witch. Lesbians are witches, and the lack of impotence in men exposed to lesbianism is therefore evidence of witchcraft. We are advising men to check themselves regularly for any sign of witches and report them to special town hall meetings so that the right action can be taken." The state-funded institute has spent $20 million on an advertising campaign to help men remember to check themselves regularly. The slogan to remember is, "If it stays down, then there's a witch in town. If it twitches, you've got witches." I'm Xanadu Santorum, and now update completion value equals 1.